Well, the beautiful thing is they don't have to travel, right? Sure, it's
Well,
a
that's
different
it.
time zone, right? But
Yeah.
it's just like, I think for Brett, it'd be probably like 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The following day, so it's not that bad, right?
Now, the other thing I'm going to hope to try to set up, we're going to get back to the garage studio modeling, Robert, hopefully soon. That's up to Dave. His father's not well. But I might set up, I got a new camera. I might set it up, and I'd like to do a little bit more, perhaps high quality, so that when we're on here, because I got some studio lights, do some techniques live, and that you guys could easily see. I think that would go off well. I'm happy to do that, right? So,
Dave, it's 11 a.m. in.
Is it 11 now?
In Sydney.
Okay.
In Sydney, it's 11 a.m.
Okay. So there you go. So that might not be bad. Like, I mean, maybe he come on over his lunch hour,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah, I think in Singapore it's what? It's probably 8 or 9 at night or something. Or sorry, in the morning.
No.
Morning,
it would be about the same.
In the morning, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, is there anybody new here that is their first time on the call that want to introduce themselves, or is everybody familiar? I'm looking at the names here. I think everybody's
familiar.
You want to do the show and tell
introduce your
first?
dog? Dave, introduce your dog.
Oh yeah, in the background, there she is. She's over here in the corner. Her name's her name's Kismet, right? It's an interesting story about how we got her, but she's this big freaking 57-pound beast that likes to chase after squirrels. She's like, we go for a walk, and I try to take her out. I don't know what it's going to be like in the wintertime, but I try to take her out at least once a day for a really long walk, like 2.5 miles or so, right? And for her, the big thing is, as soon as she's out, she's immediately into like hunting down the squirrels. She can smell them. She knows. She's like, oh, where are they? And if she spots one and it's nearby, I got to do everything in my power to hang on to her, because she'll just drag me down. Right?
And what breed is the dog?
She's supposed to be what they called an American bulldog, but really what she is she's a mixture of, like, she looks like she's part lab, part pit, but I don't even think she's part pit. She's just too tall and too long.
Oh, there's Amanda's cat there.
Right? So yeah, it's just anyway, but she's like she's a good puppy overall. She's just really, holy cow.
Oh wow, there we go, Paul. There's a nice, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Right? I wish, that's the thing is, you know what? That's the beautiful thing about having a cat. I used to have 2 cats as well. They're self-sufficient, and they kind of like, they do their own thing, right? You were saying, Harv, about show and tell.
Yeah, you want to do that first? By the way, I'd introduce you guys to my wife, but she's upstairs washing the dishes as she should be. All right, shall we? This is being recorded, isn't it? Oh my!
Harvey, she better never check the website. I'll tell you that.
Harvey, remember that dinner you promised all of us?
Oh, blackmail! I see. All right, who wants to go first for show and tell?
Well, I've got some. Let me just show. I'll show you Sugan stuff that he sent in.
Oh, cool.
If I can bring them up here, hold on a second. Let me just see if I can bring it up. And then, if I remember correctly, how to do it, it was more like you got to share the screen, and then you can. So let me see. I'm on a.
While you're doing that, David, I can't stay long, but I don't know if you can see those, but they're plastic rocks, as in ice rocks, as in like ice cubes. Oh. They're going under my whiskey class submarine.
Okay.
That was the one that got stuck on the rocks.
On the rock.
We should get to in one of those concept stores in Toronto.
Yeah, we should. Perfect. I see it.
There we go.
You got it?
Wow, nice.
So now you got it, right?
So this is
this here. Go ahead, Sugan. You got it.
Yeah,
all right, Sugan. That's nice.
Yeah, it's the Hobby Boss 148 Bearcat.
Nice.
I always loved the look of the Bearcat, but I didn't really want like a whole bunch of ordnance on the bottom, so I managed to find this scheme on I think it was Cutting Edge. That closes. It's one of their older sheets, and this is actually a drone controller. So they would control the target drones, and then the other guys would try to shoot at it and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I found this scheme. It's kind of a trainer, but I was because it's a post-war aircraft. I was able to add a lot of color to it. Let's go to the next.
I'm assuming the color is "Don't Shoot Me." More than likely.
Yeah.
And by the way, was there a controller in there with the pilot, or no? I don't see.
No, I think the pilot did the controlling, and I think basically he just had it follow him around essentially, and he just had to keep within a safe distance. But the cool thing about these aircraft is actually they went up fully armed, just in case they lost control of the drone, and if the drone started to head inland, then these guys would be tasked to shoot it down before it went inland.
Outside the ordnance again, is it out of box?
Yeah. It was in the box. I left them all out because I just wanted something really clean. So the only weathering I really did was on the propeller here. Dave, you want to go to the last shot? So the only thing, because it was post-war, I didn't do my usual like chipping and stuff like that. So instead, to break up the color, those are just filters that you see on the yellow and on the red. So I just did some subtle filters just to kind of break it up a bit. But other than that, I just wanted something really clean with the exception of the propeller.
Nice balance. It shows. I see the filters, but it's not overwhelming. It's great.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you guys. Like, I mean, with your filters, because I've never used them, and I've been starting to consider using them because I've been trying to tackle some military vehicles, and of course olive green, that type of stuff, right? So when you're using them, I've seen instructional videos that say, oh, you can brush them on, right? But are you guys spraying them on, like with your airbrush, or?
No, I really so I'm using oils, right? Using oils and odorless thinner, right? And then when I dip the brush in, it's like mainly colored, it's odorless thinner. And then when I dip it in, I always release a lot of it on a towel. Like because what you want to do is you want to apply like really thin layers that you can barely see, and you need to build it up gradually. Yeah. That way, but because otherwise, if you don't do that, it's just then it gets really blotchy. Yeah. Okay. But the important thing is to just like when you dip your brush in the thinner, just to touch some paper towel just to release some of the excess, and then you apply it to the surface.
What paints did you use? I'm assuming they're acrylics.
No. What? Yeah. Underneath, the acrylics underneath. I think that was a Tamiya yellow. That red is Mission Models red, and the blue is actually Master. What is it?
Model Master.
Yeah. I think it was the Testers Model Master.
How did you dilute the oil? What do you use to dilute the oil?
Odorless thinner. So AK makes it. If you're in an art store, there's was it the Mona Lisa? Yeah, the Mona Lisa brand. You can buy it more kind of in a larger bottle.
But is it safe to use on acrylic?
Yeah. So what I used here, I did actually put down a semi-gloss. Yeah. After I put down the acrylics, like the base colors, I put down a semi-gloss just so it has some bite. And then after the semi-gloss, I think I used Tamiya semi-gloss. Then after that, that's when I start to put down the filters. And again, if you look at the one panel or the panel that's darker, I think that must have been that one. I think that might have been six coats, 6, 7, 8 coats maybe, to get it to. But it's really quick. You have to be really patient because it's really easy to make it look blotchy if you don't do it that way.
Yeah, just that's beautifully done. Just some cardinal rules with filters. They should go on either a semi-gloss or a completely flat finish. Washes prefer to go on gloss finishes. Now, I'm similar to Tsugang. I find that even Humbrol thinner mixed with any type of enamel, whether it be Humble or any other kind of enamels work the best. Oils are fine. You can I've thinned Humbrol thinners with Winsor Newton oil paints for filters. Just make sure that it's extremely thin because you're putting them on literally and the difference between that and a wash is because it's going on a flat surface, it's covering the whole thing. It's not going into the crevices. You will lose the effect after about 7 or 8 layers. It just gets weird. So put it on, let it dry for 10 to 15 minutes, go on another one, and go light. Build it up.
Yeah, and really unload the brush.
Yes.
Unload the brush. Otherwise, it'll just flow all over the place.
There's
So is it kind of like a?
Sorry, go ahead.
Is it kind of like a dry brush, but not dry brush then?
Yeah, it's moist.
Right?
It's moist.
Okay.
There's an article I did in Fine Scale. I honestly don't know what issue. It was on filters. And it also gives you a chart that if you apply, what does it look like if you apply a tan filter over olive or an olive filter over tan? I honestly can't remember what issue it is. If I find it, I'll see if I can scan it and send it to everybody.
Yeah. And Dave, the guys who talk about filtering using airbrushes, they're basically covering the entire model with a very, very thin, almost like 90% thinner acrylic paint. So it's a different thing.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I was just being really selective on the panels.
Yeah, when you were doing it, then did you just the filter that you were using was it the same color of the same shade of yellow?
Yeah, it was slightly different. So I used Winsor Newton oils. I used one that was just slightly darker, and another one that was slightly lighter than my base color, than that Tamiya yellow there.
Nice, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the idea is just to create this variation to break the monotone.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's right.
I did it on the blue as well, but the blue is so dark that you can barely see it.
Very nice again.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay, so let me just what I'll do is let me quit this, and then what I'll do is there we go, and then okay. So Amanda, I don't know if you wanted to or if you have anything there, and I could allow you to do your screen sharing, or if you just want to talk, it's up to you. It's totally.
Okay, first of all, my cat's name is Sunshine. Yeah, she likes to be on top of counters. Oh, she's gone. Okay, this is the Tamiya Leopard 183, the old kit. Just building out a box, having fun with it. I've replaced the antennas. That's the only thing I've put new on it.
Nice.
And this is an old Lindbergh 132nd car.
Lindbergh. Wow. That looks 1930s, 40s?
Yeah, I think it's a 34 or 37 coupe. So I got it at the dollar store for like $4.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they were selling about 3-4 years ago. They were selling a whole pile of them. So I picked up a couple different ones. And this is my Famo. It's number 4 that I'm building.
Very nice.
Wow.
There's a better conversion set out there, but it's not cheap.
What conversion set is that, Amanda?
I think CMK.
Right. I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, it's like $200 or something.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
And there's only a few things missing that you can make yourself for it. So, and there's plenty of reference on the vehicle, actually, and the crane.
Nice.
That's sweet. Awesome. Does anybody else have anything they want to share? If not, I got something that I'm trying to tackle.
Go for it, David.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Anthony's got
Hold
something.
on, Anthony wants something. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, can you give me the screen? Share the screen?
Yeah. Hold on a second, Anthony. Give me a minute here, and let me just let's see.
Anthony, is it Lord of the Rings?
No, well, I get into some trouble in a Lord of the Rings, so could not move any further. So later on, I'm putting it up to discuss with you guys. But let me show you what I've done in the summer.
It's a diorama that features a Sea King decorated as Marine One with a motorcade.
And it's
No?
got little drones stuck all over it.
Okay, do I have the screen now or?
Yeah, you should be able to share,
Sure.
right?
And
If not, let me know.
okay, let me see. How do I do it over right here?
There you go.
There
There
it
we go.
goes.
Now we
There.
see.
Now
Now we
it's
see all your starfighters, from Star Wars.
nice.
Yeah, what happened is after watching Mandalorian series, the first season, I kind of have having this Star Wars itch. So I went back to my old collection and dig up all those Star Wars stuff, and it's actually pretty easy to build. Most of these are the 5 modes, with the exception of the TIE Fighter, which is a Bandai kit. And as you can see here, a couple of Y-wings and the Star Interceptors, and also the TIE Fighter. The TIE Fighter is talking about only 1 day to finish. Now the couple of Y-wings, what I did is just enhancing the tail rudder. I think the original one is just way too simple, so I redo and follow the whatever the Photoshop that I can get, and just redo the rudders. So that's the only enhancement. Oh yeah, I also detail up a little bit of the fuselage to make them look a little bit more sophisticated.
Are these the 1 to 144 scale, Anthony?
Oh, it's a 72nd scale. They're also
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
the other one that I have. Let me know that you see this screenshot.
Coming up. Yep.
Yep. This is a 5 mode 48 scale X-wing. So a couple of
man.
Now the major modification is around the cockpit area, where I rebuild the whole cockpit. Honestly, I don't really like 5 modes the way that 5 modes made the cockpit. It's too simple. It's too unrealistic. So I just use my imagination to rebuild everything, especially what the ejection seat is taking from the F-104. I just chop off the top part and let it sit inside the top to accommodate everything. So I got to first of all cut off the bottom part of the original tub, lengthen it so that you get that kind of depth, so I can put everything inside there. And I also let me see if I can just do this. No, this is the I think the zoom in. And I also do the scratch.
The targeting computer.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's
buddy.
cool. That's good. Yeah.
That is impressive. Right?
All the figures are scratch built.
Really?
Yeah, this is the original one that came with the 5 mode kit.
Yeah.
Rebuild all these pilots to make them look more realistic and more lively.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a, to me, that
I like the way he's holding it.
Yeah, this is something that I always seems to get me so enthused and enthralled about seeing people who can mold and model figures. Just by using, like, because I saw your stuff from the Lord of the Rings, and now I'm looking at this and thinking, wow, you've really been able to if you could you move the image down and show us the pilots again? So sure, just move the image. Yeah. So like the way that the way that your pilots are sitting, the way that their arms are motioning, etc., it's very lifelike. And to be able to mold this stuff, to me, is an art in itself.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all based on observation. You see the people every day. How do they sit? How do they walk? I just try to replicate their motion in a smaller scale. So I do a lot of observation of how people's movement, the posture, as well as the fabrics, how the fabrics, they got all the crease and all the things. Yeah. So I'm really,
the kit makers don't do that.
Yeah. I think this is awesome, because the targeting computer alone is the thing that got me. It was like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. So
that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very well done, Anthony.
So so next one that something I'm working on is a couple of F-16, F-16D and F-16I of the Israel Air Force. I think they're up to the point going to into the painting phase. So we'll show you later how they turn out. Both kits are kinetic kits, the F1648 scale. But as I compare side by side with the Tamiya's, boy, I found lots of similarities. In fact, is a example of that of the Tamiya's. But the surface detail is great. The only thing is the surface is very rough. So you're gonna sand it down and make it smooth. Unfortunately, if I do that, I remove some of the surface details, such as all the panel lines and the rivet holes. So I had no hesitation, but just rescribing all those lines and repunching all the holes again. So we'll show you the printed craft later.
Yeah, Anthony, I like how you left the sprues on to protect the static discharges.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So they're so easy to knock off.
don't ask me how do I know that.
Oh, yeah, we all learned the hard way.
Been there, done it.
Okay, that's about it.
Nice work, Ed.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.